spoke on the connection of Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Verdine White is an important person in both your lives.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask Eddie about Verdine taking you into his mentorship, I believe, before you hooked up with the Paisley and the Minneapolis crew.
Yeah, that was very interesting because, as I spoke about earlier, John had been working with Sheila, but then he branched off, and his first tour he went on was with the group O'Bryan. So,
O'Brien, yep.
Okay.
Were you on that Soul Train hit with him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was just talking to O'Brien the other night.
When?
Yeah. Well, on email.
Oh, okay. I owe him a couple of calls. I got to call.
He said he's coming on the show in a month or two or something.
I
never had him on. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be fun. I'm glad I'm out ahead of him, though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Tell some stuff.
So we basically, Verdine had called me and two friends of mine, Larry White, who used to be with the Whispers, and a big group called Collage. He did a lot of stuff with Solar Records, and Kurt Crumpler was a bass player with Collage and was associated with, they were signed to Solar Records, but somehow, Verdine was good friends with Larry White, so they called us down. Verdine and Larry Dunn had their big production team back then. So they called us to come to LA and do some writing and stuff. So that was really my first, major situation outside of home base, And so people always get confused because they want to attach me to everything. Prince was my beginning, Sheila was my beginning, and that's not so true. Right. It was close to my beginnings, but John was on tour, and I don't know how, to this day, we still can't figure out how he found me, but I was in a hotel in Sherman Oaks, and I'll never forget 777 hotel right there in Sherman Oaks, and he found we get a phone call in the hotel rooms. He's like, Eddie, man, Sheila's looking for you, man. Like, what? This is before Glamorous Life came out. It was about to come out. So I'm like, okay, well, we were familiar with Sheila, so she would come and hang out and see us all the time. So I'm like, what does she want? I'm down here with Verdine White, man. What are you talking about? I'm with Earth, Wind, and Fire people.
Right.
I was in a place where, man, okay, well, I'll call her, man. Just call her, man. John's like, I'll call her, man. When I get home, I'll be home with you. I'll call her. Little did I know the turnout would be me connecting with her and Prince on a major level. But when I got home, she kind of handpicked the band. She was really wanting John to be a part of it, but he was already contracted with O'Bryan and Don Cornelius to finish the tour. He wasn't going to cross that line. So but that's how that came about. And the next thing you know, he was running around the country and playing. And came about.
And Eddie, I got to tell you, 41 years ago was the first time I ever saw you on a stage. Oh, I was at Toad's place in New Haven, Connecticut when we did those warm-up gigs. Yeah, I was there.
Place. Oh my God, that was I like that spot.
Yeah, and that was correct me if I'm wrong. That was around the time when Prince showed up at the Cincinnati gig you were playing.
Yep.
And jumped on stage. I think it was Bogart's, right?
Wow. I think it was Bogart's.
Yeah. So there was all that rumors like, oh, Prince is going to be here, and that. But we would have gone and see anyways because we went to see Elisha. But
he would always do these little pop-ups. But that was basically our like get used to the road tour. It was like was putting us out there because we had never been out as a band. And he also sent us to Europe and to break us in and get ready. But yeah, he would pop out Cincinnati, and I think.
Oh, New York, you did. He popped up on stage. You did New York.
Yeah, that wasn't. Was it the Ritz? I believe.
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, he would pop out, in different places unannounced.
And now it's Webster Hall.
Oh,
they changed the name. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. So it was a pretty intense experience, and within all of that, that's how the Prince thing took off, and it went from.
So I gotta ask John about that. Okay, you had the contract with Don Cornelius Productions and also O'Brien. When Eddie starts hitting the road and jumps right into the Purple Rain tour, were you telling him, just give me some time, can I jump back on the tour? Were you bugging him?
Man, yes. Man, when when our tour ended, I was at home watching them on TV. Like,
why did I just?
But you know, the cool thing about it though was, you know, hanging out with O'Brien and all of them. We still had a lot of our friends from the Bay, and in fact, you know, Levi was there before he went with Sheila. Cat was there. Romy Geroso, Melvin Davis playing. I mean, we had, you know, a lot of the same connection.
Right.
And the cool thing about it, you know, was, I mean, we went straight from, you know, 4-track Tascam to the 24 tracks at Larrabee. And O'Brien was probably the most pleasant taskmaster that I've ever worked with.
Wow.
He was like Phil Jackson. He knew how to speak to each individual to, you know, ignite what he saw in them. And to this day, you know, I always tell him, man, I appreciate him for accepting me the way he did, because there was some things going on, you know, with musicians, and Don was like, you know, nope, I don't want him. You know, Don was kind of like really the puppet master and all of that.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, we got in there, man, right away and went to work, you know, and we, you know, all of us, we were kind of like, you know, you hear the story about Michael Jackson pushing buttons and asking questions and getting our hands slapped. We were right in like that. And O'Brien had the experience back then that we did. And he let us, and Don too, to his credit, really showed us how to record records, you know, because it was a different thing. You know, it's a different animal than live, for sure.
So going back to those Soul Train performances, this for me, or maybe some of our viewers and listeners, who else was in that band besides you and O'Brien on the Soul Train performances and the tuxedos and everything?
Love Light, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, the Love Light. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had Melvin Davis. That was our musical director. Melvin's incredible musician. Yeah. Carl Denson was playing saxophone. Carl Denson, Hunter.
He played with Soul Live, right?
Yeah, and Lenny, they both went with Lenny after that. Romy Geroso on guitar. Michael Norfleet was playing keys and singing. You know, so we had a fun unit. We had two guitars. Levi actually was our second guitar player.
Oh, okay.
You know, he didn't do that that performance. You know, Don put Carl on guitar for some reason.
I remember that. Like, why is he playing guitar?
Yeah, and that's actually where we've all met Karen White. Karen,
really? Okay.
Background. Yeah, that's when we met on that tour. Getting experience. I wanted to use another word, opening for Cameo every night.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, we've seen Cameo a bunch of times, and they opened when they opened for Rick James. That I saw the double tour with that. Yeah,
man, they were so strong. It was incredible. Wow. I met three. I actually already knew Chuck Morris, who was playing with O'Brien before me. Chuck was playing, and then I met Sonny Emery and Rayford Griffin on one tour. Larry Blackman. Yeah, so I met Sonny back in '85. And he was really crazy then. They think he's crazy. He was really like Bruce Lee then. You gotta see this drummer. I'm like, oh man, I live in the Bay Area. I seen it all. No, you gotta see this guy. Yeah, sure enough, man. He was woo. But yeah, that experience, man. You know, we were able to really learn the details and the intricacies of recording. What works and what didn't work, man. And I hug O'Brien's neck so hard every time I see him, because he has no idea how much that helped me in my later endeavors.